here with that West Virginia music show with Mr. Johnny Compton. And if you've been to a live show in rock, blues, jazz, really doesn't matter. If you've been to a live show in Charleston in the last, I don't know how many decades, you've seen this guy right here. He's been through everything, been on every stage in this town. Johnny, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you, man? Good to be here.
And it is nice to have you here.
Good to be here, brother.
This is a premiere episode. Want to do something special? You got a new project you've been working on for a couple of years, the Amos Steel Company.
Absolutely. Very proud of it, man.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that and how it came to be.
Well, man, it started off with my son, John, and Doodle, and myself as a three-piece. I just started off playing covers, and kind of started writing some music and writing lyrics and stuff like that. And Travis Ranson, the other guitar player in the band, he came along, and of course I played with Travis in Grandpappy's Lap and Johnny C and the Scurvy Dogs and such. And he was in a down period around the time of COVID, and he was like, man, I really like Southern rock, man. I really know. So we brought him in, and absolutely that lit a fire under everything, man. I mean, I was writing riffs, and Travis was writing lyrics, and it was just going great. I mean, then we kind of hit a lull, and then Doodle came in, our drummer Doodle. He came in, and just that was it. The record was written. Took us a year to write the music and to get it, refined to where we want it, and a year in the studio. So it has been about 2 years of doing this, trying to, make it right. I tell you, man, we did it at the Crow's Nest with Randy Krauser. Man, he just did a fantastic job with it. True producer. There's a lot of guys around here that'll just let you go and they don't put any effort into it. This cat was on us, the whole time, and just really did a great job. So we've got the record done. It's being mastered and mixed and mastered right now.
Yeah, I got to set in on some of those sessions in the recording studio, man. It's good stuff. This album, I'm telling you folks, if you like a good mix of metal, rock, southern rock, this is definitely the record.
I'm really proud of it, man. I mean, I'm proud. This is Randy. A lot of times I'm not known for being a great singer. I'm more of a shouter, and Randy really, he's like, man, you don't need to do that, dude. He said, you can sing. That's the first producer I've had. It's like, look, man, you can sing. Sing. Don't scream. You don't need to scream. So I'm real proud of what came out vocally, and really proud of my guitar playing. I really put a lot of work into it, and it's just a really great. It's a really great record, man. It's going to be called West by God. Of course, the song West by God is about what you think it's about.
Of course.
Yeah, we're proud. We're proud to be proud West Virginians, proud to be hillbillies, and that's what the song's about. We're probably going to be doing a video for that somewhere down the line. But, yeah, I mean, man, I'm just real proud of it, real happy with it, man.
Yeah. And, and that's the thing, West Virginia pride, the rest of the world, we all know how it is. The rest of the world kind of...
Oh, they shit on us, man.
Yeah, exactly. West Virginia is not exactly, the most popular state, and I mean that's
true,
and that's ridiculous.
It is. I mean, it's absolutely. I mean, when you're a kid, all you want to do is get away, and go somewhere else. I've been other places. I've worked up and down the coast. I've been all over the place. This is the most beautiful state in the union. On top of that's the best people. I mean, there's assholes everywhere.
Yeah,
so,
but you come to West Virginia, I mean, you're going to get that hospitality.
Absolutely, man. You're going to be treated right and treated with love and respect. So, there's a couple songs on the album. As a matter of fact, the one we're going to play for you left a little bit. It's got some nods to what a great place West Virginia is. Of course, that song's written about your daddy.
So that is true. Yeah, I have a personal connection. My dad.
The band's name for him
goes way back with Johnny and the guys, and it's an honor to have our family name.
I couldn't think of anybody else. I mean, any better person named after him. And Gary Amos is as far as I'm concerned, he's a legend in the Southern rock genre. He's been toured with the best, but he's been around them. And I mean, he's, as far as I'm concerned, one of my heroes. So whenever we discussed it with him, he very graciously offered to let us use the name. So,
and, this album, you talk about tradition in West Virginia, and one of the biggest things that every true West Virginia knows is, family. Family is tradition. Family,
absolutely.
Goes so far, especially in this state. Like you said, you can leave the state. I've left. gone across the country, lived in other places.
Yeah.
You always come back. You always come back here because you know, in the end, this is home. This is where your family is.
Absolutely.
And this album you guys have, there's a lot of, there's a lot of connection with family. Especially one song in particular.
Absolutely,
the Prince.
That's the Prince. Well, I mean, my son Jonathan played bass on the record. He's on the record playing bass, and the Prince was written about all of our firstborn sons, and my son is not the most. He didn't want to write lyrics to it. He just gave me a grandson, my first grandson, or my first grandkid, and so I wrote my verse about the first part of it's about him, and then the second part, and I'm sorry, the first part's about Louis, my grandson. The second part of my verse is about him, and then of course Travis does a verse where he sings, and it's about his son, and Doodle the same. And we just wanted to capture that, the feeling of the first time you hold your son in your arms. I mean, there's nothing like it, man. I mean, it's just an amazing experience, man. There's no greater love than that. And like I said, the whole time we were writing the record, it was during COVID, so there were no gigs, and we just sequestered ourselves in my studio, Hillbilly Caviar Studios, and we just drank and wrote songs. I mean, that's what we did, and it became it's a very personal album. Travis has got a song that's very, very personal to him, so personal that we're not playing it live, Doodle's got one called The Lure of the Mines. It's about his dad. His dad died of black lung, and this is a song about that. So it's a very personal, very personal album for us, man. So, which I feel like everybody, if you don't write music, why you write music if you don't write about something that means something to you?
And this is something that people can relate to,
Exactly.
Even if they're your personal experiences, it's still
somebody else can
it transcends.
Somebody's gonna. Now, a lot of times when people ask me about songs, I don't really. I tend to take the Ronnie James Dio approach to it, which is, whenever somebody would ask him, he's like, "Well, what do you think it's about?" Right. That's kind of the approach I take to when people ask me what was it written about. But some things are pretty obvious.
Yeah,
of
course.
So,
of course.
There you go.
And, the best way to check out your music is obviously to see you live.
Absolutely.
I know you got the album coming out. But you guys are going to have kind of a release party coming up on April 9th.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a showcase party. We were wanting to have it to be the album release, but we kind of didn't get the record done in time. So
there's COVID delays.
Yeah, they'll get you. That and your guitar player in New York City. But we got it worked out, and we're just gonna. It's like a showcase. We're gonna do 2 sets. Tim Hoover's gonna be DJing to start the show, and in between our sets, and we're gonna play 9 out of the 10 songs from the record.
Yeah, that's up at Sam's Uptown Cafe.
Sam's Uptown Cafe on Capitol Street in Charleston. Y'all come out and check out with us.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing some of our favorite covers for you too. Picked up an old Kiss tune that I'm right fond of myself, and
I may have heard a little bit about that.
Yeah, he may have.
I'm not going to ruin it for anyone, but I'm telling you,
it's going to be awesome.
Whew.
It's going to be awesome.
Good.
It's going to be awesome. But anyway, I mean, just we're going to go out there. We're going to have some fun.
We'll pack that place out.
We're going to try to pack that place out and have a good time, man. There'll be plenty of liquor.
Yeah, that's the main thing, right?
That's absolutely the main thing.
Let me just sidetrack here. What was the drink of choice while writing and recording this? Jim Beam.
Jim Beam is always a Southern rock band. A Southern rock band, you can't call yourself a honest Southern rock band if you don't drink Jim Beam whiskey.
No, that's true.
Or Old Granddad. Old Granddad, but no, Jim Beam. Jim Beam. So there you go.
All right, so let's talk about the single.
Yeah, this is the first single, man. It was actually, this is the opening track on the record. I wrote this song about your daddy.
It means a lot.
Yeah, Gary Amos, one of the toughest. That's why we call him Steel. I mean, he's the toughest MF I've ever known in my life, man. He's a bad man. He's a good man, and I wanted to write a song about in the old blues way of the epic, sleep with mountain lions and punch snakes in the mouth kind of thing. That's not in the song, but anyway, it may be in another one. But anyway, that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, just this is a real epic portrayal of your dad. And man, this is what it come out to. It's called The Ballad of Amos Steele.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, your dad's on the song.
He is.
He does. He makes a
He is.
cameo.
All right. Well, let's check it out.
Let's do it.
It's your old buddy Amos Steele. You ready to rock? Let's get it, boys!
Man, that was a pretty rocking song, Johnny.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
like I
that.
said,
We were very inspired.
Right here in the heart of my dad. That's pretty cool. It's an honor to have that. Man, that's cool. The whole theme of this has been tradition and family.
Absolutely, man.
Even if we aren't blood related, we're family. 100%.
Oh, you're my nephew. That's the bottom line, and that's
Yep. So.
I'll kill what hurts him.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that.
Exactly. All right, so what we're gonna do now? Let's get Travis. Travis Ranson on the phone.
Yeah.
Travis, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, hanging in there, man.
Right on.
Yeah. So this album is what I've heard of. It's pretty rocking.
Well, we worked pretty hard on it, and we're pretty proud of it. We're getting some good feedback. Actually put it in the hands of Mr. John Karabi last night. Now,
awesome.
whether he throws it away, I don't know.
He's a hell of a musician, and
yeah, he's top notch, man. He's a pro.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, we're talking to Johnny here, and talked about you joining the band and using the time during COVID to write this stuff, man. What was the songwriting process like?
When you get older, you're thinking about your legacy or imagination legacy, I guess. But when you're gone, what do you leave behind? So the best thing that we can offer is our voices and our music for the limited audience that we do have. But it's there forever. With the internet nowadays, I mean, you can always find old songs now, and it's kind of like almost like an immortality thing. The writing process was just me and him bouncing ideas off each other, over and over and over again. We probably had 400 rewrites. Just somebody come up with a better line.
Yeah.
You replace the bad line with the good lines, and you're like, okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Or how ridiculous can we get here? What can we turn this into? And I was more into gang vocals and arena rock, and hey, audience participation. So we've come up with a Taste of Sin, which is probably the most diabolical drinking song that we've ever heard, and just fortunate enough that we wrote it, and we tried it out a couple times playing it out, and got a good response by the crowd. Even our song West by God, when you get a whole crowd singing West by God back to you, it's a good feeling, and it's something that I've not seen at any shows I've done, that level of audience acceptance.
Yeah.
At a local show in Charleston, which is very cool. We've always been a working man's band, very blue collar. Hey, we're working all week long, and on the weekends we get down and forget Monday through Friday. It's the weekend. Let's rock. Forget about everything. It's just let's just have fun and be ridiculous, and let some aggression out.
Of course.
That's what the weekends are for, right?
Exactly. So, with that, when people come to see Amos Steel Company, what kind of atmosphere can you expect?
With any of our shows, we're having fun. I hope that portrays to the audience that we're having fun and they can have fun. And as long as it's a party, it's everybody wins at that point.
Right.
You're doing your job, and we throw down. And we want the audience to throw down. So if you could just forget about your life for an hour or so, and just kick back and just enjoy yourself. That's what you can expect. What was a big surprise was Doodle. I think he was getting jealous because me and Johnny were having so much fun writing this song or writing this album. He said, "Do you guys mind?" I said, "Well, no." He's like, "I just want to sit down." Okay. Well, we get him up there, and I got him out of his comfort zone, and he come up with some great stuff. He just needed a little encouragement, and then he just started. It was like turning on a faucet, just great idea after great idea after great idea.
Oh yeah.
Like, whoa, where have you been this whole time, man?
Doodle's definitely a driving force behind the band.
Me listening to the record now, I keep going back to his songs, and his voice somehow it's so Southern rock, it's kind of a mellow Southern rock style,
right?
And it just kind of hits the ears just right. And that really surprised me. He just surprises me every day.
All right, man. Well, it's a great album. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to letting people hear it, and the show coming up is going to be big.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We're sitting there getting our chops back up, and hope to see a lot of familiar faces. And want to thank everybody for hanging in there. It's been a long process.
All right, appreciate you, man.
All right, later.
So, Johnny, one more time.
April 9th, Sam's Uptown Cafe. I believe the show starts at 9. We're going to be out there playing the song, 9 out of 10 songs from the record, plus some really cool covers. Mr. Tim Hoover will be DJing before, in between, and in the breaks and stuff. Man, you can find us on Facebook. It's the Amos Steel Company on Facebook, and we also have a YouTube page that you can check out. So
Cool.
hit them up, man. And the album's called West by God. It'll be out here very soon.
Very soon. Very soon. We look forward to it. Johnny, man, thank you, brother.
Always a pleasure, my
Great
brother.
pleasure. And, you know, you guys check out the show, check out Johnny, check out the band, the Amos Steel Company, at Sam's. You know, this has been the premiere episode of that West Virginia music show. You know, I want to thank everybody involved. I want to give a special shout out to one of my best friends in the world, the man behind the camera, Mr. James Skeen. He's back there keeping everything running for us, you know. So go check out the show. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up on this show. Details on that coming out soon. We'll get you some links to our Facebook page, YouTube page, all that fun stuff. So make sure you check us out, all right?